afternoon to all of you. I had come with a very specific agenda today and a defined presentation, but with very few people left here, I thought I'll just take you through it very quickly. To give you a little background, I am primarily a mechanical engineer from NIT Rourkela. I started with the Bharat Electronics, and then I moved on in industry to the private sector in the tobacco sector. So ITC Godfrey Phillips, and then I was an NRI heading the BAT division in Africa from Nigeria. Came back to my hometown, which was Ghaziabad, and I met another entrepreneur in education, Mr. Ashu Goel. He was starting a new wing of ABES, and I joined from its inception and probably had a reasonably good role to play there till what it has reached today. On 31st August recently was the last day I worked there, and I've taken up new assignments after that. One is with the ITS group and a bigger assignment which has come with a group called Sunstone. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about that and what we plan to do. With an experience of what industry has been here and what education has been now for 6-7 years and seen all those sides, I would prefer to operate in the area where I can influence rather than talk of the area of concern. I have always been a little more candid, and many times such forums do not elicit the right participation for this reason, that all the talk is in an area of concern which we all eventually know is not going to lead anywhere. कुछ कर तो पाते नहीं, बस सिर्फ बात करते हैं बहुत सारी और चले आते हैं. The lack of action is what makes us, kills us continuously. So give you a little background. As I understand here, the process of education simply has 3 elements. It is admission, the process of education in itself, and placement. And the first element is the key to everything else. If you don't have admission, you don't have anything else, because when the revenue doesn't exist, everything else is only talk. At the end of the day, you have a substandard teacher because you can't pay him enough. Everything goes for a toss over there. The resultant I have seen in the last 6 years is that the major part of the revenue of our educational institutes is being eaten up by the media. So even before the revenue comes into the system, उसमें से 40% हम न्यूज़पेपर को कमिट करके बैठ जाते हैं. And then with the remaining 60%, we want to run it also, we want to place also, we want to do everything. Fortunately, with the opportunity I got in education, in 6 years in ABS IT, we did not give even 1 rupee to the media. Not even one single advertisement. And we still had our full share of admissions at probably the highest rate of fees that was given by the fee committee. So I look at things in a very different manner from the way they've been running, and accordingly now there is a different way that I would like to approach the education sector in itself. What is the position that has happened? First, AICT got oversold. So like the ISI stamp, every institute seems to write more prominently approved by AICT rather than its own name of its own institute. So it is approved of AICT which was selling first. जब वो बिकना बंद हो गया तो affiliated to MTUs बिकना शुरू हो गया, या affiliated to UPTU, या being part of counseling. So before the counseling actually happens, you have plethora of ads coming of every institute trying to say कि जी हमारा कोड ये है, हमारे branches ये हैं, हमारे ये हैं, हमारे वो ये हैं, and go to this counseling center. So at the end of the day, the answer and the question comes to one only, which everybody wants to avoid. And any academician you talk to, he will talk of every Tom, Dick and Harry thing, but he will never talk about the admission space. बच्चा आ जाएगा तो सब हो ही जाएगा, बच्चा ही नहीं आता है तो फिर क्या होने वाला है. And everybody is only concerned कि वो admission कहाँ से आएगा. Now as I understand the scenario currently, we had first a dearth of colleges, therefore the few colleges always had much more takers, and the project reports were built more around utilizing available land money and maybe even the parallel money and having a lot of donation because there was a lot of demand. Then came huge number of colleges which went into this because everybody thought this was the right thing to do. To regulate that came some state technical universities on top of that. And in the past few years you suddenly have a lot of private universities. Jokingly, I always say whenever you feel a little depressed in this education sector, go to the AIIMS and look at the ticker over there which talks of population. और हर मिनट में आपको लगेगा एक बैच तैयार हो गया. तो बच्चे ही बच्चे आने हैं अभी, तो मतलब अगले 20 साल के बच्चे तो यहाँ दिख रहे हैं, तो कहाँ जाएंगे. हिंदुस्तान में तो पॉपुलेशन इतनी है कि आने तो है ही. अब पूरे 24 घंटे में इतने बैच तैयार हो गए, इसमें से एक तो आ ही जाएगा मेरे पास. I just have to find the way to get it. Anyway, what I see currently is that there has become a playing field which is not level. Reason being, जितना भी हम गवर्नमेंट के लिए कहानी करते हो, गवर्नमेंट तो कुछ करने वाली है नहीं. And we are stuck in a situation where the playing field should have been private university versus government university with its affiliated partners. Which has changed into private university versus individual colleges. And a private university which mandates के 150 करोड़ के साथ ही अंदर घुसना है उनको, उस पॉकेट्स को कोई इंडिविजुअल कॉलेज बीट नहीं कर सकता. लेकिन एकेडमिशियन दोनों एक ही वाले हैं. जब कोई पूछे एडमिशन कैसे होगा, पेपर में 2 ऐड और डाल दीजिए. उस यूनिवर्सिटी ने 50 डाले, आप 51 डाल दीजिए. उसने 1 पेज लिया, आप 4 पेज ले लीजिए. इसके अलावा किसी के पास कोई जवाब नहीं है. द आंसर टू एवरीथिंग इज एड, विच मीन्स द मोर यू क्राई, द मोर द न्यूज़पेपर ईट्स अवे योर रेवेन्यू. एनीवे, द ओनली आंसर आई थॉट आई कुड फाइंड is, like everyone says, get the corporate into it. If you like to look at the corporate story, it's not very different. जूझ सभी रहे, whether it's a manufacturing organization, whether it's any other organization. When we will talk here, we will say corporate हमारी नहीं सुनता है. When we go and talk to the corporate, वो कहता है educational institute हमारी नहीं सुनता है. लोगों को ज़रूरत है ही है. आज के डेट में आपको भी ज़रूरत है. Any good faculty available anywhere at the right price is always welcome. Similarly, in the corporate, any good person at the right price to work is always welcome. There is no lack of people required. If from the IITs and NITs those pass out, if they were all going to get the right package for themselves, तब भी दिक्कत हो जाएगी कि नीचे काम करने वाला कहाँ से मिलेगा. So effectively, what are our colleges doing? We are dealing with a certain mass. When I started my job, I got the, you could say, the best guidance on the very first day. There was a general manager there who told me, Nitush, this world runs only on donkeys. Never try to become a horse. अगर आप अच्छे गधे हो और सुपीरियर गधे बन सकते हो, तो इससे अच्छी कोई चीज़ नहीं हो सकती हिंदुस्तान में और पूरी दुनिया में. हॉर्सेस ओनली आर शो पीसेस. दे आर अवेलेबल एवरीवेयर. एवरीबडी लुक्स एट देम, फील्स हैप्पी, एंड देन आस्क द डोंकी टू वर्क अगेन. सो इफ वी एज एन इंस्टीट्यूट बिलीव वी गेट donkeys and we can create better donkeys out of them, then probably we have done whatever we were meant to do. And with that focused approach, if we get in, we can probably start building from where we are. Anyway, I looked at one body called CREDAI, which has come into the real estate sector. And suddenly you find every builder wants to start writing member of CREDAI. And you ask any investor, वो भी घुसते ही सेल्स वाले से पहले पूछता है CREDAI के मेंबर हो या नहीं हो. CREDAI की तो आज तक हमने ऐड नहीं देखी. Why suddenly it's got that importance? If you read all the blogs, you will find why that importance has come. It's a body made by the same entrepreneurs, but that body ensures a minimum standard for all the members. If not anything else, anybody who is a buyer or a customer who writes a problem, तो एक audience तो बनी जाती है उसके लिए. Maybe every time the customer is not right, but at least this body ensures an audience. सुनवाई हो जाती है किसी को तो उतने में ही खुश है कि दूसरी जगह तो सुनवाई भी नहीं हो रही, यहाँ कम से कम सुनवाई हो जाती है, कुछ हो जाता है इधर. And therefore those few builders who are within CREDAI suddenly have a higher hope and who are suddenly doing a little more better. With that background, I tried to explore what can the industry offer and how are they going to benefit. After all, you all are entrepreneurs, they are also entrepreneurs. So I have come across a group. Sunstone is already an established entity, in the sense these are people whom I had interacted with 4 years back, almost at the same time when I started interacting with Raghav and Ravi. They are people who have deep pockets, came back from US. One is Rajul Garg. He is a IIT Delhi pass out. He is the founder of a multinational called Global Logic, which has many offices in India also today. He also founded Pine Labs, and thereafter they returned over here and they looked at different things to do. उस टाइम जब ये आए थे तो ये इस चक्कर में आए थे कि आप ABS IT खरीदवा दो, but things were going good then, and in fact I still told them don't try to buy out, there are other things to do. Within that difficult space, they set up something which was totally diametrically opposite. So Sunstone.in, if you go to that, it has a venture called Sunstone Business School. They don't have any classroom. It's all on flipped classroom. It's all on MOOC technology. They have students who are all working people with 8 to 10 years plus experience at good places. They charge a reasonably hefty fee. They don't go to AICT or they don't go anywhere else, and they are doing good work there. Now, how could these people contribute here is where this idea came up, that we look at a body which can aggregate a few private colleges to start with, and let's see what we can do. Now, the backing comes from the Spice Group here, where Rajul is also a director of this BK Modi Group. So the finances would be coming from there. Another important person in all this is Dinesh Singh. He is also an IIT graduate, an MBA from Cornell. He's worked with McKinsey in the US, and he's come and joined Sunstone now back. And of course, Ravi and Raghav have been sounded out, and they've also believed in what we do or what we are planning to do right now. So today's forum was more to try and discuss that proposal I had, which is still just a proposal. All the suggestions are welcome. What we are proposing right now is a risk-free model for all the educational institutes. We have become so skeptic right now कि कोई भी चीज़ करने में पहले पैसे कितने लगेंगे, कुछ होगा या नहीं होगा. So we are looking at building this consortium without charging any penny of any kind, and we are directly intending to get into the major pain area, which is admissions. Which is, we will first get admissions, and then we'll talk about the delivery, and then we'll talk about the placements. Although the placements part can start from this year itself, because there would be existing students there which this industry can help. So it's a risk-free admission model for each partnering institute, with the first aim to reduce the marketing cost substantially of all those institutes, whereas we would take all the risks of doing it and even do all the spends. Once the admissions come into place, then we can look at leveraging whatever MOOC and other things that are there to get in some industry oriented programs by these same industries of which all these people are already board members, to eventually get the placement cycle also into place. To put it into a little bit of a nutshell, we do not want to get into any area which conflicts with the existing government system. So you run your AICTE approved course, you run your MBA curriculum as it is, but those are the areas, or as someone had said, the hardware, the real estate plus this basic thing is what everybody has learned to do, whereas the rest is what everybody is grappling with. So we want to deliver into that area. I don't think there is too much we need to talk about the economies of scale. When economies of scale will come, everything is possible, including getting a Harvard professor to, fill in whatever is required. So when we talk of professors, maybe we need to again look at it differently. If you go to Escorts Hospital at some time and you look at how Dr. Trehan used to operate, he used to have more everything on his CCTV cameras, and 7 operations used to happen at one time. And he used to go in only for the critical part, leaving the rest to the others. So probably what we can afford is to get somebody who is that high paid, but only come in for the critical part, with the other part being done by the others. Do the way you do, and we help with the critical part. We help with the placements. What is the eligibility to participate? They have to be AICTE approved courses and only government university affiliated courses. We will not be having any private university in this, because we believe we are only targeting a certain kind of audience, and it is this body then which competes with the private universities here. And it is this body then which has far better USP than any of the private universities which are single. So even if you look at a model of a Shivnadar University, one gets a feel कि इतनी बड़ी इंडस्ट्री उसके पीछे है, फिर क्यों नहीं चल रहा है. तो उनकी प्रॉब्लम यह है कि उनको इंडस्ट्री चलानी आती है, उनको एकेडमिशन चलाना नहीं आता. उनके पास भी वही PhD बुड्ढा पहुंचता है जो आके सिर्फ ये ऐसे कर लो, ये वैसे कर लो, ये कर लो, ये वो कर लो, ना उसको समझ में आती उनकी कहानी, ना उनको समझ में आती उनकी कहानी. At the end of the day, someone has to put those pieces together. The industry is fit for its kind of work. The academic institute is fit for its kind of work. Somebody has to take care of something somewhere and put the pieces together. That in a nutshell was all the things that I had to share. To put a little more as to why a student would want to come to this body. One, this body would be giving facts of all the member institutes at one place. Second, there would be multiple locations to go to legally approved courses. Third, there would be an assurance of a base standard of input. Fourth, you have admission and placement also being taken care of. And you have a centralized body to even look at grievances. If I look at the admission scenario right now, our problem is 6 institutes within a kilometer span, each one in a section having got 12 admissions, but all those 6 never get those 72 students together to give them any benefit. वो 12 रोते रोते 6 से भाग जाते हैं, लेकिन एक जगह कभी नहीं जाते. It's only because nobody can put them together. Every student wants to take the decision of payout at the very last minute. It's almost like a bus stand. जब तक बस भरी हुई नहीं दिखाई देगी तब तक टिकट नहीं खरीद लूँ, नहीं तो मालूम पड़ा मैं फंस जाऊंगा इसके अंदर. So what the institute is doing? तू बैठ जा पहले अंदर, फिर देखेंगे क्या होएगा. Then the flip side of that is जितने अंदर बैठे हुए हैं कोई committed नहीं है. So you don't know when they are there, when they are not there. Anyway, these are all debatable things. Since there are few people here, I can forward the presentation and the performer to all of you all on the email. Being an Indian, being basically God-fearing, one thing we all understand is to do things on the right religious note. So our tie-ups will happen between the 5th of October to the 14th of October, which is the Navratra period of this year. And immediately after that, the 10, 12, 15 colleges that we would tie up with, we will start going out with a full plan on that. As I said, there is no commitment expected from any of you all to start with. The question now comes with, how is this body going to make its own revenue then? The answer is quite simple actually. Anybody which can learn to deal with this pain area today is going to get so many other people applying to be member of it tomorrow that it can start generating funds. Third, if not today, in the next 10 to 15 years, the education sector in this country has to open up. And when it opens up as a company, someone which has been there as a corporate entity over here will be the first one who's going to maximize his shares at that time. So in fact, it's for that reason that the first group of institutes who sign up between 5th and 14th October this time are also going to be given the privilege to be investors into this body today, 2 years from now or 5 years from now, whenever they believe that their money could also grow here. The reason for that is again simple. Those who are going to be the partners in the beginning should be able to reap the benefits ahead. It's how I used to put it even in front of a faculty at ABES, that the one thing I find most ridiculous in these institutes is कि एडमिशन के टाइम पे आप वो बच्चा लेते हो जो आपके हिसाब से घटिया है, ग्रो आप उस बच्चे के ऊपर करते हो और हमेशा कहानी ये करते हो कि बाद में किसी तरह ये बच्चा ना आए, दूसरा बच्चा आ जाए. So are you not defeating your whole purpose of being there? Every student who's coming has some quality, something to deliver and some place to reach in the industry. If you are good enough to recognize that, if you are right enough to tell him this is only what we can give, we are not going to be delivering more than this, you will get adequate numbers for yourself. It's such a big market कि ऐसा कोई ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आपको सारे ही लेने. That was what I had from my side. Anybody has any queries which they would like to ask me right now?
Come up with kind of an out-of-box kind of a proposition. Probably the consortium mode he is trying to put across. I think we can have a couple of questions. Maybe Saurabh sir would like to put up something. Okay, maybe Kshitij sir, Atul sir. Maybe Abhishek from a legal perspective as to how this consortium model, because these are the challenging times where we are knowing that 50% of the seats are lying vacant, still there are a lot of things happening. So how it can function more and how we can really constitute this across. So Abhishek, your quick comments probably.
I'm sorry, I was not there in the first part, so I got some sense of what you're trying to do, but I didn't get the complete picture. So you're trying to...
Okay, in a nutshell I'll put it that we're trying to make a body of colleges which don't have connection to any private university and create a body over there which can then compete with the private universities here, because we believe right now the field has become unlevel, because the government universities, the said technical universities, are not contributing in any manner, rather than they are only nuisance values. Therefore the private university versus individual colleges is not becoming a level playing field any longer. In the bargain, nobody is gaining. So
I see. Actually, that field is very unlevel.
So we are looking at AICT and state technical universities now as a necessary evil. They are there, they will be there, they have to be satisfied for their being there, and they have a certain reason of being there for which the students also have some level of belief that government और ये बीच में है तो ठीक है, because that's history of our country. सरकार के पीछे तो सब जाएंगे ही.
See, the only it's interesting what you're saying, because recently Supreme Court has come out with a judgment wherein they have said that if you are a university affiliated college, then AICT has no role there. So you basically are university concerned, or state technical university concerned is your MIBA. You have to go and satisfy them. And yes, to that extent, those colleges are, like for example, a private university has full freedom to do what it wants. College will still have to go to touch the feet of the university officials. So yes, I think it's a very interesting concept to bring those colleges under one umbrella and try and use that.
Yeah, and look at things differently. You can't do certain things. You can't do anything about certain things. A university which suddenly gets biotechnology as a first-year course into engineering for all streams, where that student really doesn't know what he's going to do about it.
Sure, I agree.
Something that the IITs never practiced for so many years, that suddenly these people think has become important. And then someone in the side tells you in your ear that pharmacy people are getting useless, so these people had to find some way of getting these people into the stream. कुछ तो ये भी पढ़ा ले, तो ये चल रहा है तो इनको भी एक कोर्स दे दो, है ना. ह्यूमन वैल्यूज, जिस बच्चे ने 12th तक ह्यूमन वैल्यूज या मॉरल साइंस नहीं पढ़ी, वो 4 साल में सडनली ह्यूमन वैल्यूज एज अ थ्योरी सब्जेक्ट पढ़ के और ये लिखना शुरू कर देगा कि रिस्पेक्ट और डिसरिस्पेक्ट का डिफरेंस क्या होता है. So it's more because some vice chancellor wrote a book on that and believed it, so it got sold. That's the reality.
I agree. That's an interesting field, and also and it's something very interesting that you talked about when you said CREDAI as a body which has got a lot of credibility in the market, and that's true. And that's what I was, when initially some people are asking that, the government should do something, and I was like, it's better not to ask government to do anything, but to do something on your own, because when the government does, it also does things which you do not want it to do. So because you cannot be choosy and selective about asking the government to intervene, because the moment government intervenes, it will do things which you also do not like. So it's best for colleges to come together on their own, help each other out, also devise some level of or some modicum of self-regulation, which then you can showcase to the world outside and say that we have already regulated ourselves, so please don't step in. And that sometimes becomes a valid argument. For example, the real estate regulators bill is something which is being fended off due to existence of CREDAI. If CREDAI had not been there, that bill would have seen the light of the day long ago. So it's because CREDAI is there that you do not have, or you are able to resist it. So similarly, if you have a body which represents these interests, it will be good. It will be good for a variety of reasons. One, you can collaborate each other. You can also have a platform where you can create some kind of industry interface. Plus, also you can also, as a collective body, you can fend off some of the, top-down sort of, impositions that come on you as a body. If you don't have anything, that anybody in the world, any vice chancellor, any bureaucrat sitting there can come up with any fancy ideas and impose on. So it's a good initiative.
Kshitij, your comments.
Actually, sir, even I visit, but now I got the thrust of what you were pointing. I think it's a good initiative. It should be taken. But as you said, for CREDAI also, they have some minimum standards. It is finally the student who has to establish trust in this organization, whatever we set up. Finally, the student has to connect with it. That is the main area.
I'll probably answer it to you in a different manner. See, I've been in marketing also a lot in my life, and I actually get pained when educational degrees get marketed in the same way as cigarettes get marketed, and that's where the issue of credibility starts coming in. At the same time, when you look at when there is such a big mass out there, and that mass doesn't have an option, what does it do? So you take a simple insurance policy that all of us are buying today. What have all these agents achieved? They have achieved that a customer says, "Ki you deal me the best deal." Out of 1000 agents you will come across, there is no customer who is expecting anything from 999 out of them. He knows I only have to do everything afterwards. But right now, because I am going through him, so he'll give me some discount here, he'll give me some discount there. If not anything else, he'll fill the forms for me, he'll do some running around for me. So getting something in this scenario is not very difficult, because if you are just giving delta x probability to somebody. Now I'll just give you one advantage that the student has. When he's aggregated under one model where he has 20 colleges to look at, he has the choice through this body that if one place the number of seats are not going up, I can go somewhere else.
A little bit further than that. Because I was just coming to the point. My question was actually, now since the student has to connect with that, and since you mentioned it's going to be initially no expectations or anything that kind, how you plan to transcend that? If you could, maybe in a nutshell say how you plan to do that, because unless and until there is a body which actually without spending you cannot have a connect with the student.
I told you the spending would happen. The spending would happen by the Spice Group.
How do you plan to,
There is a corporate body behind it which is giving the entire initial funding for it.
Okay.
And the whole intention of that body, as I told you in future, was that if I spend even 10 crores today, and if I have a company in my name 10 years from now, which is a pioneer in this field, my equity will give me much bigger returns back.
Okay.
So they're very clear about that.
Right.
It is the Spice Group which is going to fund it from the back.
Actually, what I'm getting out of you, I think we already have a body in UP, especially if you have heard of UPTIF.
Yeah, I have heard of UPTIF.
We have a consortium of colleges and they take some serious, actually there's so many issues, there's so many colleges, UP is a big state. But in certain cases they have been taking issues with the state government and with the ICT also. But how do you differentiate yourself with such kind of point?
I'll differentiate totally from that. I have looked at UPTIF. Anybody, anywhere, I'll call that more as a union. अगर आप फैक्ट्री जाएंगे और आपके 500 वर्कर हो गए तो वो भी एक यूनियन बनाएंगे. स्टूडेंट्स बहुत ज़्यादा होंगे तो वो भी एक यूनियन बनाएंगे. You call it by any name. It is just a representative body which talks for certain issues. This is not a body which is going to talk of any issues. We are not intending to talk with the government. We are intending to do groundwork for the colleges. And when the colleges grow in that, the government is only treated as a necessary evil for us. What is UPTIF actually gained or actually delivered in terms of talking with the government? They go and talk to Mr. Mantha and say कि ये e-journal बहुत गड़बड़ चीज़ है, आप 15-15 लाख एक कॉलेज के ऊपर कैसे कर सकते हो? And they come back in the same meeting and I get my own chairman saying मंथा साहब ने कहा कि 4 साल बाद जब US से compete करेंगे तो उसके लिए आज से नहीं करेंगे तो कैसे करेंगे? And to be very candid, मेरे दिमाग में सिर्फ ये आया कि हर आदमी अपने इंटरेस्ट से गया उधर. मेरी सीट क्लियर हो जाए, मेरी शक्ल देख के वो खुश हो जाए तो मैं खुश हूँ. आई एम लीस्ट इंटरेस्टेड कि बाकी किसका क्या हो. So when you got a base of so many who are already competitors with each other, you cannot fight with competitors inside. We need people who believe that we are together to grow as a group. 20 colleges who intend to help each other to grow together, rather than a group of colleges which have their own competitive interests inside. Are they together on one platform for admissions? They are not. What are they together on? They are together on only when they find some certain thing that comes which troubles them, and then they suddenly call the president of that organization, कुछ तो करिए please. Go and talk to somebody. मेरे पैसे निकलवा दो, फाइनेंस ऑफिसर थोड़ा तंग कर रहा है, उससे थोड़ा ये करवा दो. मतलब it's not, it's not even comparable.
Flag off is like in kind of a because if the university would have been the arbiter and championing the, because all the issues which you are thinking starting from the foreign universities thing, I think the issues are quite intertwined and they are linked to each other, right from admissions to the placement cycles of it. Abhishek has said that it's a fantastic consortium model, but eventually the need is somewhere to come together, and probably that was the intent of this Edupreneurs meet. We got some 25 confirmations, some people are still on the way and some people left across, and sir said that such platforms, they have got such a shine or sheen ki kuch action to hota nahi hai, bhaiya jayenge nahi jayenge, but you all came over. So these are the kind of challenges probably we might have to fight across, and you have to keep on doing it even if the audience is there or not, because eventually this vibrations, this thought, the kind of content which has come today, I tell you, even if it would have been a whole 300 people kind of gathering, I think it would not have come at that place. And what we are going to do, we are going to really transcribe, bring out the nuggets of wisdom which we have got since morning, and publish it in our next issue, and really push it across on the forums, on the platforms which really do matter, all the, I will say, the corridors across. And over there also there is a problem, because the kind of bureaucratic system, the kind of governance systems which we have today, they are also bereft of information. Like we met Ashok Thakur Saab, and we had a long discussion with him about these issues at large, and they said we do understand, but how to differentiate, the differentiating aspect. Abhi money has become the sole differentiator across, ki bhai give us this fee and we can allow you, we can move it over there. But how to have that bunch of say 100 edupreneurs at least, who can come and who we can invite as MHRD or AICTE, who can then flag up the issues like the issues have been flagged today. So probably that small entry which we have done in the kind of bebak, because when big vice, that's why deliberately we didn't call any of the vice chancellors, any of the people from MHRD, any of the people from all across, so that we could have a candid conversation all around. Abhishek had very elaborately discussed the legal issues out here and all these points across. So what Engineering Watch has been trying to build up, and what Nituj sir has said, that we will be working further on top of it. We have already initiated the Edu India campaign, which has got tremendous response from countries which are of the low income area. One is obviously bringing that 88% of the students from the hinterland, bhai, our engineering education, you get it across. We had unsuccessfully or successfully initiated something of that level with Professor Kak 2 years back when we were known as UPT Watch, and we have Yogeni sir with us, and probably he would like to share. There was a successful, unsuccessful, half a hearted thing, and it was a very different kind of scenario. I would request Yogesh sir to please, he had subscribed to that entire campaign of GER enrollment, and we had really gone to the cities and all. Now with the backing of the Spice Group, probably that kind of an umbrella can be built up, because that really requires the kind of operational muscle. And sir very rightly said that after government, it is the education sector which spends on the newsprint. So we were trying to do an analysis and trying to build up what the square centimeter of it the whole year. We have put certain research interns on it, so to get a real concrete statistical viewpoint of it. So I think a collective, I would like to invite Ravi probably to further illumine the audience, and then we will wrap it up, because we will be taking this conversation further, because this is not the end, it is just the end of a beginning which we have made up. So one is on the Engineering Excellence Day, Awards Day on 7th of October, where we got a tremendous number of PSUs and engineering majors, like right from BE, MLs, LNTs, and all these people would be coming. At least the forum of 50 big engineering companies is a big forum. So we would be unleashing the core comments which have come from all the speakers since morning. We already have taken the Edu India thing, and there are 37 colleges which are admitting foreign students from these Middle East and low income countries, I would like to say, and we have been canvassing their ambassadors and all, ki bhai aapke bacche kyun nahi aa sakte. EDSIL is the nodal body of it, but there is no regulatory norm which stops them. So at least some of our finest institutions can be opened up for such students. Maybe there is a cultural aspect of it, so we will learn from each other. If 37 institutions in the country can do, so why not a lot many to do, like Tunisia, Africa is full of it, all the Southeast Asian countries, they want to come in India for this. The other thing which came since morning was the crux of it, the quality and excellence of engineering education is probably on the faculty. And sir has really ignited the industry model of education, and I really like his metaphor. Our job is it is critical way of saying it, but I feel that making donkeys better donkeys, because somewhere even the big great academics who adorn our universities or the regulatory bodies, they really have a disconnect from the grassroots problems of the country. Like, we need skilled manforce at least to do the basic level of work. They are all thinking in the Google eras and the Facebook eras, and that level of I will say that innovation which is at a different league. Even IITs are not making those innovations. How can you expect the tier 3 engineering colleges to have in that innovation? And there is a lot of debate going on, teaching versus research. All across the vice chancellors meeting we are having, they are all saying research karo bhai, research karo. Arey bhaiya dhang se C to padha do, dhang se Excel to sikha do. Because the focus is multifaceted, so that's where the problem is coming across. Now we really have to have that spirited kind of faculty, which even Atul sir was saying that IIT Roorkee ka banda Manchester School of Business se aake, if he is asking, sir, I want to be in your institution, there are a lot many such people. So we are trying to write to the Indian student associations abroad who would be finishing off their graduate studies shortly, and maybe we will be taking an expression of interest from all the interested campuses across the country, that how many such faculty members or at the administrative positions you can really bring it in, and they can be accommodated, because their salaries would not be that obscene, because the cost of living, if we go by the purchasing power parity, it's just 1/6 of it. The real value of the rupee is not that devaluated as it is in the financial markets. So the circumstances, even my batchmate from University of Maryland, he has just completed his PhD out there in physics, and he has been looking for an opportunity to come back. He just left out with his mother. He lives in Jaipur. So we are finding out, we are talking to the universities in Jaipur, can you find a good suitable position for him? So maybe a conducive environment might be required for doing it across. But somewhere the bottom line, as sir said, that admissions is the bottom line. If बच्चे ही नहीं होंगे, revenue ही नहीं होगा, तो where will all the pepping up and top up will be coming across? I think with this I would
just to one UPTIF, and this has nothing, no linkage at all. In fact, you will continue with UPTIF to, we do not want to engage with the government at all, because that's a sheer waste of time without getting to do anything which is in your area of influence. Second, just to wind up, what he just said was something about the latest technology as well. So for the last 2 years I've been working on a project, because whenever you ask a faculty today or a problem today ki problem kya hai, so every student appears to have a smartphone, and every student appears to be spending humongous hours on Facebook, and Facebook has become a problem. So we did a project where how do we make Facebook type of thing itself an education model. And if you actually spend hours on Facebook and see what the students do, their motivation comes from very simple things, क्योंकि आजकल सब मैकडोनल्ड वर्ल्ड के हैं. किसी को आलू का दाम आज तक नहीं मालूम है, लेकिन बर्गर और पिज़्ज़ा का दाम सबको मालूम है, किसी भी घर से आ जाए. सो यू टेल हिम कि ये 3 वीडियो देखने हैं आपको, ये 3 वीडियो देखने का एक बर्गर का पिज़्ज़ा का कूपन मिलेगा. He'll happily watch it. ये उनसे असाइनमेंट सॉल्व करके ये इतने नंबर आ गए तो और कुछ ये मिल जाएगा. He'll happily solve it. If you go to the industry and talk to them, like Rajul is also a director on Dunkin Donuts right now, who come out with burgers and all this. You ask them how many burgers are you willing to give as trial to the students. तो कहेंगे कितनी ले लो, 1 लाख ले लो, 2 लाख ले लो, एक पेपर ऐड निकालने में उतने खर्च हो जाते हैं जिसमें 2 लाख बर्गर आते हैं हमारे. And if that gives direct to the student as a trial, what's the harm? So there are lots of models one can do, one if you have something on a larger scale at hand. Because I've spent 6-7 years there now, I thought this was the time where one has to look at it in a little different scenario, because the way education is moving here, it's becoming it's becoming a private university game now slowly, and these colleges will not survive if they don't have a body which takes care of them. That's how it is. Alright? Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir.